Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? My name is Tony Rizano, and you are listening to another episode of the world famous, the University Love, the best podcast in one, two, three galaxies. But, ladies and gentlemen, you know, we just call this show Online Marketing Moves. We are coming to you live today. Today is Monday, August the 26th, 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, I am happy to be speaking to you. It has been a couple of weeks. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a long couple of weeks. I was sick about 2 weeks ago. Had a cold, a lot of sneezing, a lot of wheezing. And then last week, ladies and gentlemen, I was very focused on trying to potty train my daughter. It's potty training is a lot of work, and I was doing a lot of that. And I also wanted to, it got to be once it got to be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I said, you know what, we can always start on Monday. It's always a great time to start a new episode. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you something very important. We are not, sometimes I, when you do a podcast, the most important thing is I love speaking to you. I love doing the podcast. I love speaking to you. But ladies and gentlemen, we need to move the needle more. And so, you know, there are going to be less show, 5 days a week is not going to happen anymore. Okay. And I need to focus on more marketing the show, getting a bigger audience, growing the show, getting more advertising. And so we will have more of a focus on marketing the show. So there will not be there will not be a 5 days a week, going forward. Okay. And the reason why is because it is great to do the show. And as I told you before, it's great to do the show. I like doing the show, but we need a bigger audience. That's just plain as day. Okay, we need a bigger show. We need a bigger audience. We need more of an audience. We need more listeners. We need more advertising dollars. And so, in order for me to get that, I need to start marketing the show more. I need to start going out, contacting people, getting guests on the show. And so in order to do that, you have to have more of a focus on displaying the show than doing the show. And so there will not be 5 days a week. Some weeks there will be 2 days, 3 days, but for right now, we'll keep it about two to three shows a week. And so, you know, first thing I had to do, most important thing I had to do this week is build a website. I am tired of talking about it. I am tired of talking to you about it. And I'm sure you are tired of hearing me talk about building a website. So this week, the main focus will be to build a website. So that way you can always go, you can always find me. You can always sign up for the email. You can always go and get the shows there. There will be information. There will be articles. There will be everything that you need at TonyRizano.com, and we will build that out this week. We will make that happen. Okay. And another thing that, you know, that I've thought about in the last couple of weeks since I've been off the air is I want the show to be exciting. I want you to, when you listen to the show, you take something away from the show. I want you to be entertained, and I also want you to take information away from the show. And sometimes, you know, sometimes when you go and you go and you go and you go, you don't realize that you might be, the kiss of death, ladies and gentlemen, in any show, whether it be podcasting, TV, movies, books, the kiss of death is just flat out boring. And so I did not want to bore the audience sometimes. And lately, I feel like, I talk and talk and talk and talk. And sometimes when you talk so much, sometimes you could turn into you can get a little preachy instead of more entertaining. And so we will work on that. We will work on everything. Okay. And so we will give you the best product. We will give you less shows, but we will give you better value for the shows. And we will ramp up the audience, because without an audience, the point of doing the show is, the show is not, I want to do a show. I love doing the show, but at the same time, hey, I want to make sure that I want to make sure that I am maximizing the money that we can make from this show. Okay. And so, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, I'm sure I feel like we've had this speech before, but we will not be coming to you 5 days a week. We will not be coming to you, 5, 6 days a week, but we will have an exciting show. We will have an entertaining show. We will get more guests. We will be going on. We will become guests on other people's platforms. We will take this show into new heights. We will do better with the show. We'll give you a better show, and there will be more podcasts added to the network. Okay, and so, ladies and gentlemen, that is the service. That is the public service announcement. And now, today, ladies and gentlemen, for today's episode, we are going to talk about why you should never be boring. Okay, and I will give you a prime example. We will talk politics right now. Okay, this is the third presidential. This is the third time that Donald Trump has become the nominee for the Republican Party. All right, correct? Yes. The first time it was very exciting for people. They was excited. He would talk. He would say things. They were funny. Ha 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 ha. People would laugh. People would giggle. Ha 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 ha. He was good. He was good fun. Second time, it was more kind of annoyance, it was more, whatever. And the third time, it had just become very boring. And boring is the kiss of death, okay? If you are boring in your podcasts and your TV shows and your movies, anything, if you are just boring, if you don't tell good stories, if you don't have good, if you're not saying things that are exciting people, and if you're not saying things that are catching people, if you are milk toast or you are just kind of, boring, it has fallen flat, you don't try something new, then people are going to tune you out. And you do not want to become tuned out. You do not want your message to be tuned out, ladies and gentlemen. And so I say that, and I say, Trump has gotten quite boring. Forget, Joe Biden was super old, and Trump is old, but he was, compared to Joe Biden, he was not as old as Joe Biden. Joe Biden just seemed super old. But now that he's running against a new candidate, and she has, even though she's probably going to say the same things, abortion, tax on the rich, she's going to say the same things that a lot of Republicans say, a lot of Democrats say, or whatever. But it's from a new voice. It sounds refreshing. It sounds fresh. It sounds new because it's coming from a new person. It's coming from a youthful person. Even though Kamala Harris is almost 60, compared to Trump, she's a spring chicken. You know what I mean? And so you want your message to get out there. You want your message to be great, but at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, you always have to watch. You always have to be mindful of, if you are boring your audience. Boredom will get you nowhere. Boredom will get you no money. Boredom will get you no audience. Boredom will only get you right out the door, okay? You do not want to become the boring person in the room. You want to excite. You want to say things that are provocative. You want to say things that people are going to resonate with. It doesn't matter. You, you know, you're not going to get, we both know, you and I both know, you're not going to get the whole audience. You're not going to get 1 million people. You're not going to get 100 million. You're not going to get everybody in the universe to listen to your message. And that's okay. F them. You don't want everybody to listen to your message, but you want to get a good amount. You want to be able to carve out the blue ocean in your space. Okay. And I'll give you the great example of, having an audience, but having an audience that will listen, but not, won't be the biggest audience. Think about a sports team, okay? I was thinking about the LA Clippers, okay? The LA Clippers, they used to be the San Diego Clippers. Now, why did they leave San Diego? Who knows? But I will tell you like this, ladies and gents. It's one of the dumbest decisions you can ever make. Why do you want to be why do you want to be the 7th, 8th team in a city where you could be number 1 in a city like San Diego? San Diego, they have 1 million, 2 million people in the area. Okay, you're the only basketball team. You would be the only basketball team in town. You would be one of the only. They have the San Diego Padres. That's the only sports team they have. And they had the Chargers, but they were dumb enough to leave as well, okay? The Chargers, the football team left, and the Clippers, they've been left. But why would you want to be the Lakers? Why would you want to be in the shadow of the Lakers, the Dodgers, all of that? USC football. Why do you want to be in the shadow of that when you can be the El Presidente of San Diego? Okay? And so when you are hunting down an audience, when you are looking for an audience, it doesn't have to be 100 billion people, but what you are looking for is you are looking for, hey, I need a few rabid people. I need a few people who are going to tune in to the show on a regular basis. You want to get to the point where you have people downloading the show every single day. Every day, I was gone for 2 weeks. Every day, somebody downloaded the show. Hey, listen, we are doing something right, and it doesn't matter. But what you want is, you want to be the king of your own throne. Okay, you don't want to share the throne. It's like, trying to. Hey, I want to do a show about, if they had 10 shows about LA, and you say, hey, I want to do another show about LA. Why don't you go up the road, and maybe do a show about, do a show and maybe in San Francisco. Maybe they don't have any shows in San Francisco, Why do you want to hang on to the LA market when the LA market is, they already have enough, go down, find you a nice spot and take up that spot, and that's what you want to do. You don't want to be boring, and you also don't want to, there's no such thing as a saturated market. Don't get me wrong. But if you say, if there's, if you have a sports franchise, why do you want to be the fifth or sixth team in that when you can go 2 hours down the road and be the biggest team in that city? Okay. So you always want to be strategizing. What can I do to gain a bigger audience? You want a bigger audience. I'm here to help you out. I can tell you firsthand, you want a bigger audience. The reason why you want a bigger audience is because you want to be able to make money faster. I'm going to help you out. I want you to make money a lot faster than what I made. The first few months I was doing the podcast, I was making $0. Okay. I would just record, and upload. And then it came to a point where I said, all right, I've got enough practice in. Now I want to do X, Y, and Z, But if you come out the gate and before you even get started with your podcast or your YouTube channel, if you already start studying the market, studying what market you want to be in, how do you want to who do you want to market to, who do you want to talk to, who's your target audience, who's your target market, what's your goal, if you have all this stuff figured out, you will be 20 steps ahead of me at the time when I got started. Okay. And so I am helping you out right now today. And I am telling you that, and the reason why I say all that is to say, hey, listen, doing the show is great, but at the end of the day, you and I both know we want to make money from these podcasts. You are not doing these podcasts and uploading them on Spotify, Apple Podcasts for your health, for your entertainment, not because your friends want to hear you. If you want your friends and family to listen to it, you would just send it to them. You would record and you would just send it to them personally. But you want an audience. You want an audience. You want the audience. So you want an audience. So you are trying to speak to an audience. You want an audience. And so this is why we record. This is why we market. This is why they do the things we do. So we will focus a lot on marketing. When we do the show, we will focus on copywriting, selling, marketing. We will focus on all that stuff that you need to grow and grow and grow your business. All right. And we will do great things, and we will take it from there. And now, ladies and gents, before I go, I want to say this. I need you to email the show. I need you to give us reviews. I need you to like, subscribe, follow the show wherever you get podcasts. Go on to YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Okay. we're gonna grow this thing out. We're gonna market the hell out of this thing, and that's it. You can either keep up or get left behind. It's up to you, you know. But like I told you before, we're gonna really start marketing this show. We're really gonna get to moving and grooving. Don't start emailing me if you listen to the show now. Don't start emailing me after the fact when it starts blowing up, because I will not respond. You know, you had plenty of time to email me. You know, in the last year, 2 years, 3 years, however long you've been listening to the show. If you haven't done it now, don't wait until, you know, really start blowing it up. Don't do that, because, you know, the response will be, you know, it will be not as frequent as it could have been. All right. And so, ladies and gents, that is it. We will be back tomorrow with an all new episode of Online Marketing Moves. And this will be the last time we talk about blowing up the show, this, that, the other, you know. But we will be back tomorrow with all new episode of Online Market Moves. We will talk about something very important. But until then, like I told you, don't be boring. Don't be Trump. Okay. Get some energy, get some pep, and let's get it going. But until tomorrow, my name is Tony Zano. Thank you for listening. God bless. And as always, everybody, peace.